Good morning to all of you. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Today's session is the eighth session in UHV-I, Universal Human Values 1, the foundation of relationship trust. That is what we are going to deal with it. I hope everyone is, for everyone, I'm audible. Um, so we'll be starting in the last class. I'm Dr. J Sarvanan. I'll be handling. So in the last class, I was discussing about the peer pressure that usually any student who is passing out from the 12th standard and going to the university, so they will be facing. But today, I'll be dealing with the foundation of relationship. That is in terms of trust that I'll be dealing with it. Okay. I hope everyone is listening. That I have already checked it. Okay. So just to recall, in previous session we had explored for human being, physical facility is necessary, but relationship is also the same way it is necessary. When we were studying or when we were discussing about the in the last class, okay, so we were talking about the peer pressure, wherein um, the concerns and aspirations of a individual level, that also I discussed before, the peer pressure, wherein I've discussed about the self and body. Okay, coexistence of self with self and body. That is what I've discussed. Okay, so in that, I've told you that need of the self is continuous happiness, which is fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. Okay, and right understanding is required in order to have a continuous happiness in terms of self. Okay, so at the same time, body, how would you fulfill, or how would you have how would you achieve the continuous happiness? Okay, so in body, it is nothing but the food that you have. Okay, the exercise that you do. Okay, so biological biochemical components, fulfillment of the biochemical components will be kind of what called fulfill, bring happiness to the body. That is what we have studied. As far as physical facilities requirement is concerned, okay, it is only from for the nurturing, protection, and right utilization of the body will be helpful. Okay. Just to recall, in previous session, we had explored for human being, physical facility is necessary, but relationship also is necessary. That is what we have looked at. Okay, so we will start our exploration on relationship. Okay, so today mainly it is about the relationship and the trust. Okay, so that we'll be looking at. Okay, so we'll start our exploration on relationship in this session. Okay. Now, ever since human being originated, one of the first organization that has ever existed in on the earth is the family. Okay, so when a person marries a female, male marries a female, and they have made first organization, human organization in the evolution history. That is what we have studied for longer time. Okay, so in family is also basic unit or building block of human organization. Okay, then later slowly it has extended beyond the blood relation. Like for example, family is also started included in the in terms of friends, also included in terms of classmates, also included in terms of teachers, also included in schools, and now batchmates and faculty in college. Okay, so everyone included in the family. Okay, so in some or other way they also care for individuals. Okay, so they also care for try to give their support. Okay, so when you are kind of bringing up. Now, in this session, we are going to look at how do we want to live with them. Okay, so with mutual fulfillment or mutual happiness or some or other way. Okay, so that is what we are going to look at in this subsequent slides. Okay, so I want your fullest cooperation in this one so that you will be able to understand whatever I'm saying. Okay, here. So the harmony in the family has primarily to do with the fulfillment of relationship between one human and the other human being. Okay, so in order to fulfill the relationship, it's necessary to understand the what called relationship. What is the foundation of the relationship? Okay, how this relationship is built. Okay, so that we need to understand in order to fulfill the relationship. Okay, so these are the four aspects that you see in the slides. Okay, so to understand about the relationship, one is that what is relationship is, and what are the feelings that in relationship the people have. Okay, so what are the feelings can be recognized, and what are the fulfillment leads to, how these relationship fulfillments lead to the mutual happiness. Okay, so that is what we are going to look at it. Okay, relationship is relationship already there. Okay, whether we recognize it or not. Okay, so we are part of family. Okay, so we are born out of a what called family. Okay, so family is our origin. Okay, so wherein like father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, then uncle, aunts. Okay, so then brothers and sisters, siblings. Okay, everyone comes in. Okay, that relationship is between oneself and other self. Okay, I one and I two. Okay, so I one is indicates oneself, and I two indicates another self. Okay, the body is used for expression. Okay, so that is what relationship is defined in this term. Okay, so there are feelings in relationship. Okay, feelings towards oneself, to about themselves. Okay, and other self, like oneself to other self. Okay, so that is also like another way. It is a very complex one. Okay, so if we want to tell you like about the self concept and ideal self, everything will come in this aspect. Okay, so it's a kind of this subject is related to the behavioral science. Okay, which is a part of psychology. Okay, psychology is a broad discipline. Okay, so behavioral science is a sub discipline of the psychology. Okay, wherein you can understand how your aspirations are there, like how you have to fulfill your needs. Okay, how you are behaving with others. Okay, so how others are looking at you. Okay, everything will come under consist of in this one. Okay, and the third one is that these feelings can be recognized. They are different, definite. Fourth one is that their fulfillment lead to mutual happiness. Okay, so if I am happy, I should also feel that like I should also make others happy at the same time. Like how I can make others happy. Okay, so when there is a kind of relationship which both wanted to have a mutual happiness. Okay, for example, if I am behaving in certain way to any individual, B individual, okay, or A individual, okay, um, I before I behave with them. Okay, so I also expect some kind of behavior with them. Okay, what kind of expectation? Okay, so they should respect me. Okay, they should talk with me very nicely. They should help me. Okay, they should listen to me. Okay, so all these things I expect from them. The same way, I should also be doing the same thing with them to them. Okay, my expectation doesn't match with what I am doing with them. That is where like the what called relationship is getting hindered. Our relationship is not going in a right way. That is what we can say. Okay, we are going to study like this one in the subsequent slides. Okay, when there is a crack in this one. Okay, so when there is a crack or when there is a gap in this one. Okay, so that is where like irritation comes. That is where like anger comes. Okay, that is where like lack of trust comes. Okay, so all these things comes. Okay, very often we believe that like we expect the kind of behavior from others, but we fail to depict or behave in the same way as we expect from others to others, our behavior with others. Okay, so this problem comes. This is where like in the relationship, many of the relationship what called doesn't go well because of this misunderstanding. Okay, now feelings in relationship. Okay, so what is naturally acceptable to us? Okay, feeling of trust or mistrust, a feeling of respect or disrespect, feeling of affection or jealousy, feeling of gratitude or ingratitude, feeling of love or hatred. Okay, if you ask anybody, okay, so for them they will be telling that trust is more important because I have trusted someone. Okay, so he has not kept up to the mark that trust. Okay, but what about others trusted you? Okay, if they started asking you the question whether you have fulfilled the trust of other people, like other people that post on you or post faith on you or post trust on you. Okay, so when we ask this particular question, then like we will be like stunned and we will start thinking. Okay, so pause. We'll start pause and think. Okay, whether really I have broken the trust of any people. Okay, so that is what like we will think. Okay, so anytime that you feel that others have broken the trust of you, you should feel that okay, how many people's trust that you have broken. Okay. When we have this kind of feeling in us, okay, does it lead to our happiness? Okay, when we express them to the others, okay, does it lead to the happiness of others? Okay, if there is a feeling of trust, if there is a feeling of respect, or if there is a feeling of affection, gratitude, love, okay, so we will be like kind of what called um, we will be like moving towards the mutual happiness. Okay, can we see that our complaints in relationship are due to the absence or of one or more of these feelings? Okay. Or presence of one or more of these feelings, that we can say. Okay. Presence of mistrust, presence of distrust, presence of jealousy, presence of ingratitude, presence of hatred. Okay. That we can say. Okay. We try to compensate with physical facility. Does it work? This is the question that we arise. Okay. So now let us analyze the current state. What is the current state? Okay. Today we are unhappy because we have not understood these feelings and we assume that they are not in us. Many people say that like I'm not a very lovable person. I'm not a very trustworthy person. I'm not very a kind of very kind person to others. Okay, so that is what like they'll think. Okay, we only expect the others to express these feelings to us. I won't express, but let others express to me. That is what our feeling. Okay, so in campus also, like sometimes you come across two people like fighting with each other or arguing with each other, some kind of misunderstanding. They won't talk with each other. Okay, so they won't be like friendly. Okay, so they'll be expecting that like yes, uh, I expect certain things from them. Okay, so if they don't act in that way, okay, so I they will have a very repercussion about it. Okay, so they'll face the repercussion. That is what like you'll say. But whether I also think in the same way that like I should also respect them, I should also have a kind feeling towards them. Okay, so that whether I am having it or not. Okay, so that we need to check it out. If the others expresses these feeling to us, okay, we feel happy. If others does not express this feeling to us, we feel unhappy. But at the same time, like if we expresses, I expresses the same feeling to this kind of feelings to them, okay, they will be happy the same way. They will also like kind of what could behave in the same way as a behaved. Okay, so it's a kind of what called action to reaction. Okay, so how we act, the reaction will come from the other side. Okay, so that we need to understand. Okay, so mostly like what we feel that okay, so others should respect us whether I am respecting them or not. Okay, because I am superior to them. Okay, so I am what I say, that I say. Okay, so that is what the feeling that people will have. Okay, many time like in my life that I've seen. Okay, so people have gotten into this kind of problem. Okay, so they have spoiled their life. Okay, so you have come to a place wherein like to study only. Okay, so if you are concentrating many other things. Okay, so wherein like you get into some kind of problem or some kind of fights. Okay, so that will spoil your career. Many students like that I've seen. Okay, so they go out into the fight and they have been rusticated, they have been terminated, they have been suspended for 6 months. Okay, that I've seen the situation. Okay, so when you're coming here, it is not a government institutions that like your parents pay very less fee. Okay, so your time is only your costing. Okay, but it is not the only case that your time will be lost here. Okay, here it is a private university and very high quality and high discipline we expect from you. Okay, same time like your parents are spending hard earned money on you. Okay, so you should understand that yes, we whatever the purpose that for whatever the purpose that we have come here. Okay, so that purpose should be fulfilled. That need to be understood. Okay, so at the same time like when you are carrying undergoing any kind of education doesn't only like gathering the information, processing the information, and what called using the information for welfare of the human being. But then, like it should bring changes in one, sorry, one's individual personality also. Okay, if there is a lot of lacunas in your personality, people may think that okay, what is the use of education that he doesn't know how to behave with the people or how to act with the people. That is the kind of impression that you leave among the people. Okay, in this situation, to get respect we try many things. Okay, we relate respect with physical facility, we copy appearances, okay, we languages, lifestyles opted by others. Okay, today people are not able to express feeling of respect to others, but they are trying hard to get it from the others. See how sad it is. You are not respecting others, but then like you expect others to respect you. How is it possible? Try to be very empathetic. Empathy is very important. Empathetic is very good. Okay, so when you empathize with others, like, what is empathy? Empathy is nothing but putting yourself into others shoe. If I am saying some word to any person A, person B, if I am in that position, what will he think, what will she think? Okay, that kind of thinking is necessary. You should be very empathetic. Okay, it is like everyone is begging for respect and everybody's ball is empty. Okay, the most fundamental thing is to understand these feelings. Okay, in this way, understanding the feeling, ensuring the feeling, expressing the feeling, right evaluation of the feelings leads to mutual happiness. Okay, if I say some kind of word, or if I call him in a particular way, or if I respect him in a particular way, or if I disrespect him in a particular way, if I love him in a particular way, or if I speak with him in a kindly, okay, so all these things, okay, it is based on the feeling that other person is having or you are having. Okay, this very feeling evaluation, you, if you are evaluating that very feeling, and if you are end up in hurting any others, okay, so seeking sorry is not a very kind of person like who's very what called low in morale. Okay, so seeking sorry or like asking sorry is a very good habit. That if you have committed the mistake, and sorry means that like I've done it by mistake, okay, so please forgive me and I will not do it. That is what meant to be sorry. When you say sorry, like people use this sorry very often in a wrong way also, but it is not that. When you ask sorry, you ask forgiveness, not only forgiveness, but then like you also say to yourself and to the person that okay, I won't do it again. Okay, hereafter, so I will be very careful. That is what like you are asking. Okay, so it's a kind of mutual happiness. Okay, so we'll try to understand this feeling of trust first. Okay, as a foundation feeling. Okay, trust is a foundational value. Many times like what happens is that okay, so you believe that like one person will be doing your task or will be helping out. Okay, so you will ask him and you'll say him that like yes, I wanted you to do these things. Okay, and somehow for some reason he doesn't do it. Okay, this asking for any kind of help or anything, okay, so that trust is comes, trust in terms of relationship also, the trust comes over the period of time. Okay? You have observed him, the person has talked with you, okay, so over the period of time. Okay, at some point of time when you believe that yes, this person can be trusted, okay, this person has a value to help others. Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, person A somehow he missed the target, okay, or he couldn't do it. Okay, the first thing that any person, those who cannot understand his own feelings and others feeling also, he'll get angry, he'll get irritation to that person. Okay, it is not that, it is not the correct way. Actually we need to understand the intention of the person, whether his intention was correct. That we need to what called understand. One of my friends said that like always try to interpret the text out of the context. Okay, text out of the context. What kind of context he was in? Why he could not fulfill it? This kind of analysis should be necessary. Probably like you can dig into, explore or like kind of find out what is the reason behind is this leads or this action that you can ask him. When you ask him, if you get the information, probably like you will be able to understand what is his real intention. His intention was to help you, but then like probably like some or other compelling reason probably like compelled him to or forced him to not to complete the task that he wanted to. Okay. Anytime in your family life also, like whether it could be your father and mother, it could be your brothers and sisters, it could be your siblings, it could be your relatives, it could be your friends, it could be your batchmates, it could be your anybody for that matter. Okay, so you need to first of all evaluate the situation. Okay, trust to be assured that to have the clarity that the others want to make me happy and prosperous. Exploring trust between two individuals. Let us see what kind of thinking goes on when he or she is kind of involved in this kind of mutual happiness, bringing mutual happiness. Okay, about her natural acceptance. Okay, so I want to make myself always happy. Okay. I want to make myself always happy. First, yeah. Okay. And I want to make the others always happy. I want to. Okay. It is I want to. Okay. It is up to me that like I can make always happy others or no. Okay. It is up to me that like I can make myself happier. Okay. The others wants to make herself or himself always happy. Okay. The others wants to make me always happy. Okay. So this is the first context. Okay, wherein the intention is natural acceptance. What is naturally accepted to you? Okay. Ability about our ability. Okay, I am able to make myself happy, always happy. That is a very stark difference between what called first A of about our natural acceptance and the first individual, and the second about our ability. Okay, so 1B. Okay, so I'm able to make myself always happy. Okay, so I have a confidence that okay, yes, I can make myself happy. Okay, it is not that like I want to make myself happy. It is about my happiness. Okay, I am able to make the others always happy. Okay, the other is able to make herself or himself always happy. Okay, the other is able to make me always happy. Okay, so it's a competence what you are in the imagination. Okay, now about our natural acceptance. Okay, so doubt on intention. Okay, so when there is an intention, like doubt on intention comes. Okay, mistrust comes. Okay, in this, like I want to make myself happy, always happy, and I want to make the others always happy, and the other is able to make herself, himself always happy. The other is able to make me always happy. There is a arrow mark which is there. Okay, that is what index what called that is what called indicates that okay doubt on intention. There is a mistrust. I want to make myself always happy and I want to make the others always happy. Same to what is the result? The other is able to make herself or himself always happy. The other is able to make me always happy. Okay, that is a mistrust comes. Okay, mistrust in the sense that like intention. There is a question on intention here. Okay, doubt on intention. Okay, there is a mistrust which comes between both the individual. Okay, now about the other and about the myself. Okay, so about myself. Okay, the other broke a glass. In order to understand the previous slide in a clear way, okay, this example is given. Okay, the other broke a glass. Okay, if the other makes a mistake even once, I doubt his intention. Okay, he makes mistake intentionally, whether he has dropped it by mistake or he has dropped it intentionally, that we don't know, but we doubt that he has made mistake intentionally. Okay, I have feeling of opposition, get irritated and angry in this. If I question the intention of others, okay, if I don't believe the intention of others, okay, so whether he has a wrong intention, that is why he did it, that is why like if you feel like that, okay, so you feel your feeling will be like more of opposition. You get irritated and you get angry. Okay, I reinforce the other is bad, cannot improve. Okay, I reinforce the other is bad, cannot improve. Okay, so I will always think that okay, other person is bad. Okay, I will not be able to improve myself. Okay, and the glass broke by accident, the other incident. Okay, even if I make the same mistake 100 times, I never doubt my intention, because I know that it is not by mistake, it is not by intentionally, but it is by mistake it has happened. Even if I do 100 times, if other person does the even single time also, like you will have a what called a doubt on him, on his intention. But if you do the same thing 100 times, you will never doubt on your intention, because you know that it is by accident which has been followed. Okay, I make mistake by accident, I have a feeling I'm special, I reinforce I am good, I do not make effort to improve my own competence. Okay, but you want others to improve their competence. Okay, so doubt on intention is a major reason for problems in relationship. Okay, so these kind of intention doubts, doubt on intention of others, okay, so create a lot of problem. I may not speak to the other for days, or even break up the relationship. One may have lost many good friends like this. Okay, the intention problem, self reflection. If you have unconditional, continuous trust on intention of the others, if the other is lacking competence, what will you do? Will you try to improve the competence of others? Okay. Or will you try to, even if you are doing the mistake also, like in some things, okay, your intention is to do the correct thing. But then, like, because of your competence, you end up doing wrong. Okay. In that case, what you should be doing, you have to improve your competence. Rather, if you think that, like, if you are overconfident and if you think that, okay, I am right what I'm doing, I don't question my intention, I don't question my competence, therefore, I don't want myself to be what called improved. Okay, these kind of questions comes many places, many times. You are going to enter into the what called BTech and you are going to start your education. Okay, you need. It is not that like all alone you can do everything. Okay, by now I hope you have chart out your major plan. Okay, so you have split the plan into year wise. Okay, so you're going to get into 4 years, 5 years study. Okay, that 4 years, 5 years study, you goal you would have set. Okay, so what you're going to be and next 4 years. Okay, so next 10 years, next 20 years. Okay, so you should have noted it down in your diary. Okay, the goal and objective that you wanted to achieve. Okay, and the goal you have split into so these 4 years. Okay, how you're going to achieve. Okay, then after splitting into 4 years, okay, each and every year. Okay, so each and every year you have set a goal. Okay, the first and foremost goal in the what called in your journey to your studies that in this university is that okay, you have to gain a very good, very good CGP, good marks, good percentage. Okay, that is the first and foremost. Apart from that, like what are the other skills that you want to develop? What is your goal? If you wanted to become a CEO, okay, what do you want? What you have to do in order to become CEO? First of all, get into a very top companies. Okay, in order to get into the top companies, you have to get it placed in top companies. In order to get it placed in the top companies, what are the skills that you have to enhance? Now, a lot of recruitment agencies what called based on the skills, they recruit people based on the skills, and plenty of courses are available in online and offline. Okay, so and some of the competitions are being held. Okay, if you have a goal, you will try to do from the day one onwards, you'll try doing it. Okay, you won't miss any classes. Okay, you'll be part of one or two clubs. Okay, you which is related to your goal. Okay, and you'll try to what called improve your skills by joining some kind of online courses. Okay, you will get to you'll start interacting with the people like who are like-minded with you. Okay, so you will start building up the network. Okay, by joining the LinkedIn, by joining the all the other social networking sites, which is like beneficial for your career. Okay, you'll start taking up some kind of courses in online. Okay, Coursera, through Coursera, or like many other Swayam. Okay, many courses are there. Okay, so you'll start building up your skills. Okay, you will start getting into the part of what called clubs. Okay, so which will help you to what called gain the up to date knowledge. Okay, so that also like you'll try to do it. Okay, so all these things should be helping your what called journey, this journey of a BTech, or like BTech integrated. Okay, so MTech integrated journey. Okay, so adding knowledge to, adding what called a stepping stone to what called your goal in order to achieve your goal. Okay, so in the way of trying to improve, like what we have discussed here is that self reflection. Okay, wherein like we have a relationship. Okay, so if we have a unconditional continuous trust on intention of the others. Okay, so if the other is lacking competence, okay, what will you do? Try to improve your competence. People get irritated also sometimes. They don't try to improve the competence, but then like they get irritated, they get angry, or else they have a feeling of opposition. Okay, but basically, like if you say, the first one is the appropriate behavior. Okay, trust on intention. Okay, response. If doubts on intention, reaction. I hope all of you are getting, whoever is listening to me. Okay, how many percent do you have a trust on intention? Unconditional, continuous, the natural acceptance. This is fundamental. Trust and intention is the foundation of relationship. Why we are talking about the relationship, why we are emphasizing more on the relationship in this class? You know, when you get into the university, you will be away from your family. You need to know how you have to respond, how you have to react. Many people, like they are with their parents, they don't know how to respect their parents also. One of your senior parents have approached one of my faculty colleague. Okay, they were thanking the university that like university has taught the student how to behave with the parents, how to respect the parents. They seems to be like living in the US, wherein like some kind of scolding, the parents would have scolded the kid boy. Filed a complaint against parents, and police have come to arrest the parents. If this goes continuously, what will happen? The future of the student. So they decided that like they'll shift to India. India is appropriate parent place to bring up the child in a way that like Indians wanted to, isn't it? So they are basically Indians. Okay, so they have come here, and the boy joined VIT Bhopal University. Okay, and after 4 to 5 months, okay, so when boy went back to their home, okay, so boy started touching the parents' feet and started taking blessings. Okay, started telling them good thing about them. Okay, so the kind of facility that you're providing, it is amazing. Okay, so I wanted to be very thankful to you, the way that you people have taken care of me. Okay, so many years. Okay, so when I go to hostel, this kind of care, the care that you get in home, the kind of care that like you will never get anywhere else. Believe me, once you step out of your home, okay, there won't be anyone to ask you whether you have had your lunch, breakfast, dinner, whether you have washed your clothes, okay, whether you're good or not. Okay, there are friends. Friends have some kind of limitation. They will ask you, okay, how are you? Hi, bye. Did you have food? See, parents, by looking at yourself itself, by you looking at you itself, like they will come to know that whether you had lunch, breakfast, or dinner. But friends cannot. Friends will just ask, that's all. You have to take care of yourself. Okay, everything is up to you. You are all alone. Okay. But it will teach you. because you're not going to be like forever with your parents. You have to stand on your your own feet, isn't it? There won't be anyone to ask you. Okay. So how many persons? So like what you need is that like you need help from everyone. You need help from your seniors. You need help from your classmates. You need help from your batchmates. You need your help from your teachers. You need help from your colleagues. Okay. You need help from the staffs. Okay. So you need to know how to behave with them. There is a very kind of strong behavioral problem that we face in the university, because they were not taught in the school, they were not taught in the family. It happens. How many percent do you have trust on intention? This is fundamental. Trust on intention is the foundation of relationship. You have to understand that his intention was correct. Probably the things would have gone wrong. Now I need to understand his intention. If his intentions are right, and if he has done something by mistake or like wrongly, okay, what maybe like he is not competent enough to do it, that we need to understand in order to, like, instead of that, if we start getting irritation, and if we start getting angry, and if we start feeling the opposition, okay, that will not work. You can get an idea of the state of your understanding about relationship from this exploration. Feeling born out of understanding can be definite, unconditional, and continuous. I want to make the other always happy. The others want to make me always happy. Trust, to have the clarity that the other intends to make me happy. That kind of trust should be there. Sometimes competency may not be there. Okay. Competency may not be there. So competency, like who will bring the competency? Either yourself, like you help others to bring the competency. About the others and about myself, okay, so the glass broken by incident. Even if the others makes the same mistake 100 times, I'm clear about his intention. I know the mistake is due to lack of competence, not a lack of intention. He has a right intention, but he is going wrong because his competence is not, he is not competent enough. That you need to understand. I make effort to help improve his competence with a feeling of affection. I know they have a difficulty in understanding, and also I may have difficulty in explaining. That also, like, you need to understand. It is not only like difficulty from their side, difficulty in understanding, but from my side also, like whether um, uh, any way whether I'm wrong to explain them or not. Okay, so many times, like what happens is that being a professor, being a teacher, or being a student of any discipline or subject, okay, we ask students whether are you able to understand what we are saying, because the students, like around 70 to 80 students are sitting. It is not that like everyone is with the same competency they are sitting. There are differences in competency. There are language problem, there are pronunciation problem, there are people like who are what called understanding problem, it might be there. Okay, some examples were missing. So some students could ask me, some students could not ask me. So I have to ask, I have to initiate. I am a teacher. I am delivering my lecture. So I need to make sure that like everyone is, the last bench students also understands my concept. When I make sure, that is where like my competency, anytime it is not that like some people, I'm not blaming everyone, but like many, sometimes it happens that like they don't want to listen from the students the question which they don't know, or like I don't know. I'm not like that. I never hesitate. In the class, if any students is asking, if I know, I'll answer them. If I don't know, I'll tell them that like wait for 2 days, I'll get back to you. And I certainly get back and I clarify the doubts. Okay. The class broke by accident. When I make a mistake, even once, I'm clear about my intention. I know the mistake is due to lack of competence, not a lack of intention. I make effort to improve my own competence. Okay. If the other is lacking in competence, I am committed to help the others to improve his competence without becoming irritated. So you should not be getting irritated. Trust on intention is the starting point for mutual development. Okay. Anger, reason, and anger solution. Anger arises. Anger arises when we are not able to differentiate between intention and competence of the others. If you question his intention, okay, without knowing his competence, then that's where like anger arises. Based on the lack of competence of the other, we doubt over their intention. Instead of understanding their competence, we doubt their intention and we start getting angry on them. Once we have a doubt on the intentions of the others, then instead of relating to the others, we feel in opposition to others. Thus, any small unfavorable incidents may lead to irritation or even anger. What is the solution for it? If I understand the human beings correctly, then I'm able to see the other human being like me. How you can see yourself like others, okay, when you empathize with them. Empathize means putting yourself into their shoe. The other self has the intention, natural acceptance, to be happy and make others happy, just like me. The other may be lacking in competence to fulfill their intention, just like I am lacking in competence. Okay, when our desires does not get fulfilled and we perceive that it is due to the others, then we get irritated and angry. If I can see that the others has the right intention but lacks competence, okay, then instead of getting angry, I re-examine my desire and expectation and action. Is my expectation right or not? You expect something from a person who is not competent enough to do your things. That is where the problem. If you understand his competence, okay, you will not expect these things 100%. Okay, is the program to fulfill the desire correct or not? Have I developed the necessary competence in myself? Okay, what efforts have I made to help the others in improving his or her competence? That we need to look at it. Okay, trust. Trust is to have the clarity that the others want to make me happy and prosperous. Maybe they have done something mistake, something wrong. Okay, it is not their intention, but it is their competence that we need to understand. If I have a trust on intention, I accept the other, and we are able to make effort for mutual development. I make a program with the other based on right evaluation of our mutual competence. In case the other is lacking in competence, I make effort to assure the others. I make effort to improve his competence or her competence once he is assured in relationship, not before that. If I lack competence, I become ready to take help from the others to improve my competence. Many times, like we have an ego that no, my intentions are correct, therefore my competence cannot be questioned, although your competence are not good. Okay, if you're not competent enough, you should accept that you are not competent enough. And what you should be doing, you should try to improve your competence. Okay, if I had doubt on intention, I evaluate myself on the basis of my intention, and that's on others on the basis of their competence. Okay, I have feeling of opposition with others, which shows up as irritation and anger. Okay, this is all for today. As far as like relationship and trust is concerned. Okay, so there are like some home assignment. Okay, you have to fulfill. There are 3 home assignments. Okay, so by um, completing this home assignment, you will have a better understanding about yourself in terms of relation trust. How many person in your family and friends do you have trust on intention, natural acceptance, unconditional or continuous? You always make effort to improve mutual competence, okay, your own competence as well as competence of the others. Okay, so what are the things that you are lacking in terms of competence? Okay, what are the competence that others are lacking? Okay, um, rather than getting irritated, angry, or having a feeling of opposition, okay, try to improve the competence. Okay, in case you get angry or irritated, do you feel happy when you get angry? And when you express your anger, okay, what is the outcome when you express your anger? Is it mutual happiness? What is the reason for your anger? Is it the other or you? Talk to two close friends you may have lost due to lack of trust. Tell them you have realized the difference between intention and competence and that you want to reconnect. What is the response or reaction? Just read it out. Okay. If you have any questions, you can raise. This is all for today. Thank you for patient listening.